Welcome back, Liliac fans, to another Liliac reaction, this time around for a song that's been requested quite a while back, and for some reason I thought I did this particular reaction, but I haven't, and that's We Fight, We Fall. So I'm going into it again, almost taking a little break from Liliac reaction, so it's been a while, and I'm going to jump into this one as I do with all of them. It's kind of been enjoying most of their discography and most of their songs, so I kind of know what to expect from these guys. It is audio only. That's my only negative, but hey, what can you do about it? If you're new to this channel, I do tend to express my point of view in the sense that if I don't like something, I try to express that. If I like something, I try to express that and have a more analytical approach to it. And I try to do it in the most polite manner that I can do it, so we can have an interesting conversation. And now, let's get into the reaction. This very much leans into like a 80s traditional metal style that I very much grew up with, like Judas Priest and Accept and all these kinds of bands. Not really sounding like those particular bands, but you know, of that era. And of course, Melody's voice is, for me personally, is always the highlight. You know what, I'm going to be interested to see with this particular band. This happened to a couple of bands that have done this style of music, or like stoner metal with The Sword, is that over time these bands tend to change their sound, and not on purpose. It's a natural evolution of the band. It's like, okay, we've done this thing and we've exhausted it, so let's go to something else. And that happened with The Sword after, I believe, was it 4 albums? They started changing their sound into more this kind of electronic, kind of prog rock, a different sound for the band in general. They were kind of very traditional stoner metal, very much like a Ozzy with Black Sabbath, and you know, all these kinds of bands, Candlemass and stuff of that sort. So I would like to see what's going to happen with Liliac, you know, 5 albums down the line. How much is their sound going to change? How much is the sound is just going to evolve and become something else, you know? I'm sure the hardcore fans are going to be on board for it because they just overall enjoy who they are as people and love seeing this young people kind of grow and get comfortable in each of their kind of respective places. So far, the song itself, it's cool. It's not... I've heard some other songs that immediately captured my attention, and something that becomes more apparent to me over a course of time, for me personally, guys, just for me personally, hopefully that their production also improves with time. Their production is not bad, but I think it could use just a little bit of work. That was a nice solo for Sam. You know what I feel like that's going to happen with this band? This is my personal take now. For anybody, I mean, this is very different genres, but anybody who's been into a band called Warbringer, they're a good example. When they first started, they were good in the beginning, but they were still this kind of thing in their sound with us. You can tell they're still learning, and they're not at the top of their game yet. And for that band, by the second and third album, because they did like a couple of EPs or an album, by their second or third album, the sound really started to become refined to what essentially became Warbringer. Or something like, let's say, Death. In my opinion, Death in the beginning, where it's hardcore death metal days, I don't like it as much as I do their later days with individual thought pattern, symbolic, and Sound of Perseverance, where the sound just became super refined. And I think that happens with all artists as they progress through time. They just evolve their sound. Sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worst. The worst being Metallica and Megadeth, in my opinion, as they progress more and more. At a certain point, they get very diminishing returns. And as a matter of fact, I actually didn't like the albums, meaning being like Black Album was a downfall, and after that, it just kind of all the way down for Metallica. And Megadeth, after Rust in Peace, it just became like a decline down. Yeah, I like that riff very much so with the keyboards, and Sam's kind of like the pulling on the strings kind of riff. I really enjoy that. I got a little helper here. Come here. Come say hello to everybody. She's not very camera friendly, but she does like to come to my lap all the time. But usually likes to sit next to me. No? You don't want to? Let's finish this reaction. Maybe she'll jump off. Yeah, this was a cool song. I can't say, again, I've liked other songs more. And actually, like I said, I think Mars has been at the top of the charts for me since the beginning. I think it was one of the best ones guys could have showed me from these guys to really get into who they are. And I've quite enjoyed their covers as well. I think it was a nice way for them to kind of grow and get better, and at the same time kind of showed us what they like and what they love. But that said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. I would like your thoughts on this particular song, what you think, and make sure you enjoy the rest of your day and keep it metal. I'm just gonna enjoy petting my kitty here.